Good evening, and welcome back to Environmental Justice Now, where we delve into the stories and struggles of communities facing environmental decay and social injustice. I'm Janella Serrano, and this evening we're bringing you a report on the current state of the fight to achieve environmental justice. Today we will interview people from different planets that experience environmental justice, marginalized communities, and systemic injustice. From abandoned Earths to barren planets, people have been fighting for their survival, not just because of environmental decay, but the systemic forces that cause them. To explore this issue further, we take you to our field reporter, Will May, reporting live from the Wally planet.
Thank you, Janellis. I'm here at Wally Planet, also known as Our First Earth. Wally, a planet where humanity once thrived, is now a desolate wasteland, buried under mountains of garbage and smothered by toxic air. I'm here with Camille Clark, an independent explorer that crash-landed on the Wally planet. She's been stranded for 3 years and is sharing her story. In this interview, we will be answering the question, how do individuals resist this systemic injustice? So Camille, share your story.
Hi, Will. My time on Wally Planet has been an insightful one. I've learned of how corporate greed and overproduction of waste had caused the Wally Planet to be uninhabitable. I'm not sure how I survived these past years, but I did, and I want to educate other planets far and wide to not make the same mistakes as the humans before us did.
Thanks for your insight. I've been here for a short amount of time, but I can see what you're describing. Tell me, how has your life changed since humanity came back to Earth?
I love that question. When I first crashed on Earth, I was the only one here, or so I thought. I was alone and scared for my survival. What I witnessed 2 years ago changed my life. I soon discovered a lone Wally robot and would observe what he would do day to day, cleaning up trash. I witnessed him interact with Eve as well as when he left with her up to space. When they came back, I was shocked to see a whole spaceship full of humans with them, as well as the actions they did like planting trees to help the Earth. The time I was on Earth, I stayed quiet and in the shadows, but I was moved by Wally's actions and its influence on the humans. I showed myself to them and learned of Wally and Eve's efforts in convincing the humans on the ship in space to come to Earth. It was wonderful to see and experience the growth of our Earth these past 2 years, and being a part of the reason for that growth. I was blessed with a wonderful community and love my life every day, fighting for an Earth we all deserve.
That is so interesting how a little robot caused so much change in humanity. I also think it's fascinating how the humans, despite living in isolation and relying entirely on technology, had to relearn the value of working together to heal the planet. It's a reminder how no one can fix systemic injustice alone.
Yes, it's so inspiring to see how Wally never gave up on Earth. Even when everyone else had abandoned it, Wally showed me that persistence, even in the smallest actions, can create change.
Wow, was there anyone you know of that was against Wally and Eve's actions?
Definitely in the beginning, it was clear some people resisted change. They feared the hard work of rebuilding. It reminded me of how even now some resist environmental policies out of fear or discomfort. Wally, Eve, the captain, and any other humans were slowly but surely able to convince them to our side and our beliefs. In less than a year, we had every single human on Earth in on our goal of saving it. It was wonderful. Throughout these experiences, I've learned that stories like Wally's inspire us to question the system that allow environmental and social injustice to strive. They challenge us to act before it's too late and show us that recovery is possible if we work together.
Thank you, Camille. Your journey reminds us that the fight for environmental injustice is ongoing and requires collective action. Stories like Wally show us that hope and persistence are powerful tools in confronting systemic injustice.
Exactly, Will. I hope our story today inspires everyone watching to take small steps toward change. After all, if a little robot can do it, so can we.
Yes, we can. Thank you for your time with us. Now back to you, Janellis.
Thank you, Will and Camille. It must be terrifying to be alone on that planet for so many years. Now here's a quick commercial break from our sponsor, PET, who published a cartoon that represents our planet, Earth. Talk amongst your groups for a few minutes about what you notice about this climate change cartoon. This cartoon shows aspects of our present and serves as a warning to our future about the dangers of ignorance and lack of care towards our planet. Now let's take a look at a different planet named Parable Planet, who is ridden with environmental decay and socio-economic crises. We take you to our second field reporter, Sam Asiello, reporting live from Parable Planet.
Thank you, Janellis. So here at Parable Planet, we are experiencing severe signs of climate change and social inequality. I'm here with Kay Rutkowski, who lives and has grown up on this planet and is constantly facing issues due to climate change. Can you talk a bit about what your everyday life looks like?
Sure. Our lifestyle has been constantly changing. Some of the norms here are lack of necessities such as food and water, neighborhood walls being put up around communities, the common occurrence of natural disasters, and the constant awareness of the druggies, thieves, alcoholics, and generally mad individuals around. For me personally, I am unaware that there's a different way of life, but I've heard stories of what used to be from older generations.
Wow, this might be very shocking to people living on our Earth, but it is very serious, and I've seen it in the past few days. We often take what we have for granted, so I want to use this as an opportunity to share different ways of life and what can be done differently to avoid this. So Kate's a member of Earthseed, a philosophy that encourages change and adaptability through collective action in response to societal environmental destruction. Why don't you tell us more about that and how you came to be part of it?
Well, Earthseed has been one of the most beneficial aspects of life here. Our founder and friend Lauren went through a lot of hardship to achieve this feat. Earthseed is a religion or philosophy that involves the worship of change to take control of your future. As Lauren says, God is change. The main goal is to escape the harsh effects of the climate crisis, starting by creating safe havens for the individuals on the planet, while keeping in mind our long-term goal of taking root among the stars.
I think this, and correct me if I'm wrong, would also classify as a form of resistance. Why is this Earthseed resistance important to you and its members?
It certainly is a form of resistance, and there are a few reasons why Earthseed is so important to me. First, it serves as a safe place to escape some of the harsh aspects of the world. Especially for people like Lauren and I who have the condition of hyperempathy, it is a way to escape the pain and prevent the condition from being used against us, such as forcing us into submission or into slavery. Another element of Earthseed that is extremely helpful is the hope that comes with having a purpose. Having a purpose makes survival so much easier as you feel like what you do and contribute matters. Earthseed also inspires progress, since making change is how you take control of your destiny. This has caused individuals to work harder, increased activism in fighting climate change, and stopping the denial that we are facing the climate crisis that we have brought upon ourselves. Earthseed has changed the lives and outlooks of many for the better, and I will even claim that it is the only good thing in our society. We are still making lots of progress.
Very insightful. Why do you think people wouldn't be a part of Earthseed or choose to deny it? Is it just due to close-mindedness or a deeper sense of hopelessness or even a truth versus denial situation?
There are different reasons individuals may shun the notion of Earthseed, none of which are good. They could be addicts, mad, have lost hope in survival of the society, or utilizing the common coping method of denial. The element of truth versus denial has been ingrained in our society. For some, they can't believe it or think about it, or else it would destroy them. Everyone needs a method to cope, and Earthseed is another option to fill that space. Truth-oriented people seem to gravitate to Earthseed ideals, while others in denial can't believe in Earthseed because they don't believe anything is wrong.
Interesting. So is there a specific aspect of resistance here that you would like to address?
The world is full of resistance, obviously. Earthseed is a community founded on autonomy, environmental activism, survival, and resisting the pull of the horrors of our situation. However, the deniers seem to have their own ways of resisting. In a way, the people are practicing resistance to resistance. I think people are afraid and think that there can be no fix. In a way, this is valid, but this aspect reinforces how we cannot give up. The denial led us to this point of environmental decay, and the continuation of this mindset will not be beneficial for the betterment of society and ways of life.
Yes, I see some similarities how many citizens on my Earth behave. Although it is not nearly as severe yet, I believe that we could end up with this way of thinking if we do not act now. Thank you for sharing your beliefs, as it has been very inspiring.
Thank you for allowing me to share my beliefs. Spreading Earthseed is vital to our cause, and I always love the opportunity to raise awareness for climate change. I just want to end on one thing for you and the people of Earth to think about. Would you rather live in a place of change that's ruined, or a place of denial that is taking the same path to get there? There needs to be action against environmental horrors, or there will be no escape from the pain that we have brought onto ourselves.
Thank you for sharing. Hopefully the viewers watching feel inspired to resist injustices, especially those regarding climate change and systematic injustices, just like Kate and Lauren.
Thank you, Sam and Kate. Now let's bring it to the viewers at home with a crucial question. From what you've heard from both interviews, which would you rather live in? The secluded neighborhoods and rough outsides of Parable, or the trash-filled but recovering planet in WALL-E, and why? Choose wisely. Don't you see how difficult this decision is? That is why we must do everything we can to avoid ending up like them.
From the WALL-E planet to the Parable planet, it's evident that these people living on these planets have experienced hardships such as environmental destruction, social inequality, and systemic injustice. But they have also found a way to adapt, resisting these issues and creating hope. I hope these interviewees' input inspire the viewers to reflect and take action so we don't end up like them. This is Will May, EJN, signing off.